Last week, I introduced The World God Only Knows as the anime of the month, and went on to say how it's literally one of my favorite series to exist. But the way anime of the month works is now this week, I have to name a couple reasons on why you may not want to watch the series. We have to look out for those people who are not sure and need to know the deal breakers. My name is CTB Emotionless, you can call me Savage, I'm your host for Anime of the Month, and welcome to 3 Reasons Not to Watch The World God Only Knows. Let's get this started. Intro, activate. I personally don't like how they handle the ladies he's conquered, so if you don't get how this show works, the protagonist Keima Kasaragi has to lure loose souls from the hearts of women with the power of love. Yeah, I know, sounds gay as shit. But now you might be thinking, okay, but if he's doing this with women consecutively, then what happens when the last girl catches him? Womp! That's wrong thinking. After every conquest, the girls forget everything that happened involving Keima. Well, let's move on to reason 2 because I don't want to spoil anything because they actually dive in with this concept, so moving forward. Season 2 was a little underwhelming and I didn't really like the time skip in Season 3. Okay, in regards to Season 2, it did actually added a lot more into other devils and introduced the love of my life, Hakwadula Herminium, but it was also a watered down edition of Season 1 in regards to the conquest and could have added more into the devil's world building. And with Season 3, I completely understand why they did the time skip. It was to avoid being a complete repeat of Season 1. But at the same time, it caused them to skip over 2 important conquests, and since it was important to the story, they had to just give us the gist of who these characters were, and I kind of had to pretend like I cared about them. Not really, because I read the manga and already cared about them, but my point still stands. I wouldn't have cared about them if I hadn't though. And plus, one of them is my favorite characters for how bold she is. You'll know who I'm talking about. First season was too repetitive. Now I know the whole point of the first season was to give us the gist of how the whole demon thing worked, but I think it lacked world building. Now I'm not saying they had to introduce many of the important casts right off the get-go, but it could have touched up a little more of the deal he made with the devil, or why he has to use only love to save the woman. I know I'm just demanding more out of this series, especially due to the fact that this series is actually complete manga and anime so far as I know. But when I sit down and think about it, the first season could have and should have done more. That's my piece anyway. Thank you for watching this video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, cookies and milk. And please be sure to join me again next week when we talk about the waifu of the month. Yep. And with a series like this, we have quite the variety to choose from. That being said, only the girls who have appeared in the anime and had their own arc will be allowed to compete. It has to be that way because this show has way too many freaking girls, and also some of them don't get even that much screen time or even, and also the manga has more girls, and that's just too much, okay? Come on, cut me some slack. Once again, I repeat, this is one of my favorite series and I recommend you check it out. I don't hate this series in the slightest, and yes, that is my bias about this video. I can tell you didn't even make it this far to the video or even watch the reasons not to watch The World God Only Knows. So if you're a fan of the series and still bitch about this video, I can tell you didn't even make it this far to the video or even watch 3 reasons to watch The World God Only Knows. I'm CTB Emotionless, you can call me Savage, and I will see you guys next time. Peace! I kind of fucked up that outro, but whatever, I'm throwing it in.
I know that no one was to blame. Don't feel sorry, it was not your fault. Remember that you're in my thoughts. I hope you feel the same.